And we're back here at Beamer and Son Garage. From our last episode, we had some first starts, and we're back with some more today. We're showing some of our precious babies out here. There's Sam, and there's my favorite, way off to the distance. That's Bugs. That's a playful kitten there. She's just so fun and playful. She just runs everywhere. And there's Joe. There's JoJo. They call her Joanne, but that's Joe for short. What up, Joe? What up, girl? Oh, look at them pretty green eyes. Beautiful kitten. But anyways, we're gonna get back at it here today. We just thought we'd come out here. It's a far cry from where it was on our last episode of last Friday. Today's Sunday, so it's only been 3 days since the last episode. And I mean, you can see how beautiful it is out here today. It's winding down right now, but it's 50-something degrees out here, people. In the last video we shot, there's Bugs down there. Bugs! Come on, Bugs! It was freezing and it was snowing. And now it's, the sun's out. Well, it's going down, but the sun's out and it's warm, and it's just a far cry from where it was. There's Sam sitting on top of her little teepee outside kennels we have out here. Actually, these are dog houses turned into little, homes for these kittens. During the day, they come out and play and stuff. But these kittens, there's 1, 2, 3, all 4 of these kittens, they come inside at night. I don't leave these kittens outside. It's too dangerous out here with some predators. You got coyotes and there's all kinds of, hawks and sparrow hawks and all kinds of predators that fly and crawl, and we don't take a chance with our kittens that something may happen to them. So anyways, let's get at it here on the show. There's our little chair they sit in. Oh, there's our Shiba dog. Hey girl. She's a funny one there. Beautiful dog. Just love that dog. Very friendly to me. You can see that tail wagging. She wouldn't be that to you guys if you guys showed up over here unannounced. You would see a totally different dog. There's a Grand Prix over there. Got it parked in our other garage. And there's the back side of the other garage. There's our Olds. We just love that Oldsmobile. You don't see much of this on some of these shows. Actually unlocking and starting the day out. It's kind of late to be starting, but we're gonna be one of the first to unlock on the shows. There we go, and we're in. And there's our Challenger in the garage. Here's our batteries being charged up. This battery here came out of the Barracuda, and it's dead, so we're gonna throw a charge in it, see where we're at. Huh. There we go. Not really doing much. I don't see the gauge is even working on the battery charger. Usually it'll move up. You got a spark. I don't like messing with these things. And there's Bugs. Bugs running in the garage. Bugs, what are you doing in here? Bugs be bugs. And we'll open up the garage here. And there, we're open for business. Kind of late in the day, but we're open for business here at Beamer & Son Garage. We still got all the cars, and you know, we got our trucks, we got our rollback out there, we got the boom truck and the white truck, you know, all the hot rods over there, and our field of dreams over there. Oh, Sam's made her way in now. We got Sam with Bugs out here. There's the bottom of the Challenger. You can see that spider web right there going across from the leaf spring to the brace seat. It's been a while since we've been out here. It kind of reminds me of that movie with Earnhardt in it, where he goes back to the garage, his father's garage, after his best friend dies. His father's, of course, already gone. And he walks through the garage, and he goes in, and he's looking at his dad's old tools and stuff, and thinking about his friend that he just lost. And there's cobwebs all over the place. And I explained to my son that someday it's going to be like that here. He'll come when I pass, you know, when I get much older, hopefully, and he'll come out and he'll walk around, and he'll come in the garage, and he'll think about the times we had in this garage together. And there'll be more cobwebs like that. We're going to knock that cobweb out of there because we ain't dead yet. Get out of here, Mr. Cobweb. We hate cobwebs. There we go. There we go. Good old-fashioned cobweb remover. Broom. Take care of those cobwebs. But that'll happen someday. It's just a national, you know, epidemic, unfortunately. People, you know, live and we die, you know. But we don't plan on doing that for a long, long time. We got a lot more in store for you guys here. And there's my kitten. I just love that kitten. And we're going to have some fun today. So let's get at it. We just love this car right here. We love showing our Oldsmobile. That's our favorite right there. It's a YouTube favorite too, on our YouTube channel. We just love this car. There's Dusty. We love our 74 Duster. We love Dusty. We can see right now, you can see I got an extension cord using it for kind of a holder. And that's our Oldsmobile. We love the Oldsmobile. Had so much fun with this car. And it's just such a blast to drive and tinker with. Got the battery out of this one, and I believe it's in one of these other cars. So we got to find out what car we put that battery in. Let's go out here and see if we can't figure it out. Where we put that battery. And we're gonna have some fun out here. There's our Fury. We just love the Fury. It's our 73 Fury 3. We love the Fury there. That's my son's Charger. 66 Dodge Charger. Of course, there's the back of Dusty. What's that part there? Huh, broken piece off of something. All the way over there. And that's the side of the Charger. There was a guy in school that had a 66 Charger. Actually, a couple guys. Billy Werman had a 66 Charger that was in my class. And a guy by the name of Rob Ty. Great guy, was a year older than me in high school. He had a blue one. And it was the same identical car. His was nicer shape. Of course, this is, you know, 30 years later. Actually, 40 years later. This is 40 years later. Our Charger comes along. And, you know, so 40 years later, we got a Charger just like his was blue. And I believe it had the black interior. And it was mint. but it was 40 years sooner, you know, than what it is today. But we have our charger. He doesn't have one, unfortunately, and you know, we wish that he did. Still had his car. And there's a battery there. We're in a battery search. And we think we got one in the back of this Barracuda. There's some of the parts. There's a hump right there that we need for this car to turn it to a 4-speed. And there's another battery, and is that the one I was looking for? Yeah. That's the Econocraft that we bought from AutoZone. They sell a line of these batteries at AutoZone called Econocraft. And you can see it. We'd love to advertise for them. AutoZone and their batteries and some of their parts that we love, we buy from them. Their batteries are cheap. You can get these batteries for about 50 bucks. These batteries are even cheaper than Walmart batteries. You know, as far as durability, they're just as good. The batteries from Walmart are from Mexico, and we're not a fan of Mexico batteries. We've had some bad luck with them. There's a shot down through here. You can see where we got the 5.0 taped up now. Well, tarped up, not taped up, you know, but we got it sealed up so water won't get into it anymore. Let's see where we're at with that. From our last episode, we did some scrubbing on the driver's seat, and let's see how it turned out. Yeah, look at that. Man, just nice. It's as nice as could be. And we'll close it up. There we go. That's keeping it from... Oh, we'll just go ahead and air it out though. Yeah. Air this puppy out. It's dry. Warm out here today. We'll let it air out. There we go. We hate the car starting to look kind of rough. We kind of hate it. So we'll do what we can for her. We just love this car. This is the time machine we call it around here. And there we go. It looks like the seat needs cleaned. There, is that wet? Is that water? That's just dirt. That's dirt. Yeah, so we got some dirt. We'll have to do another episode with this and do some cleaning on this one. Looks like we got something going on there. That's the seat belt. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to clean this seat too. That'll be for another episode. Get the stains and up off that seat. You can see that seat bottom. It's really dirty. So that'll be another episode. We're not gonna do that today. But yeah, we're gonna do some more cleaning on her. That's for sure. Hey, nice coffee can. We don't drink coffee, but we know other people do. Dennis Collins with his coffee walk. Here you go, Dennis. Here's a nice can for you. Put that right there for you, Dennis, in case you ever come over here. We've got a red rolling snap-on sticker and our our coffee walk mug. So there you go, Dennis. All right, so let's get back at it where we was at over here. Coronet, got the battery in it, and some more keys here. It takes a lot of keys to run all these cars. And there's our green 72 Mach 1 that we know Dennis is into. You know, he's into the 69s. He's into this body here, which is not as desirable to some people. This Mach 1 is not a desirable body style, but we like them. There was another guy, famous Toby Toby, he was a guy that's made the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Hilicki. His name was Henry, but he went by Toby. And he had a car, it was a 73 Mach 1 that was starred in a movie called Eleanor. And Eleanor was the same body as the green Mach. That's a 72 Mach. But he had the 73, had the same hood. And this was our clone. If somebody had cloned right here. This is our Eleanor. And you can see the yellow and the black. The whole car was a yellow with a black steam. It was originally white, and somebody painted it to make it look like Eleanor. And then I got it and started changing it black a few years ago. And it's yeah, it's starting to rust, and I'm gonna have to get on it this summer. The whole roof is now pretty much a sheet of rust. I'm gonna have to sand all that down. I had it 3/4 of the way done, and it's just outside. And of course, yeah, you know, it was hit back here in this quarter. This whole quarter was crushed into here, and I pulled it all out, straightened that all out. It was hit in two places. It was hit this back corner right here. It was crushed in here, and then the front it was crushed in. The left front was crushed. So my Eleanor was, yeah, she was rough when we got her. There we go. So my Eleanor was hit in the right rear and was hit in this right front. And you can tell how bad it was by looking at the apron right there. You can see the buckles here and all in here. So this whole corner was crushed in. And we used the tow truck and pulled all that out. And then we assembled a fender. We've got a fender for it. Johnny Parsons out of Amelia, him and I went out to a big car show out in Columbus, Ohio. And we bought these fenders for 50 bucks a piece. And I got that fender for $50, and then I bought one over here for it too. And we replaced these fenders, and you know, 50 bucks a piece, that's cheap. And I put fenders on it. I put a grill in it I bought from another guy. That's a 73 Mach 1 grill. That's in the 72 fastback. And of course, Eleanor has a special engine I put in it when I turned 40. I'm now 57, so 17 years ago, me and my son had gotten this engine out of another car, and me and my son installed this engine. It's a 1970 429 429 cubic inch big block. Came out of a Ford XL convertible, and we installed this engine right here in this car on my 40th birthday. So this was a, you know, so basically a celebration of, you know, my 40th, you know, birthday. And a lot of people are out celebrating, and I celebrate different. This was my celebration. This was 17 years ago. Me and my son installed this engine. It was his birthday present to me to help Dad put this thing together. And so we installed it, and she doesn't have a spark. She has a spark issue right now, and she's not getting any spark. And so, yeah, we're going to have to work on Eleanor. All the wires were chopped right here. All the wiring was chopped. You can see it, all the blue butt connectors, and I pieced it all back together. I got some wiring here. I don't know where they go, but I got some issues right now with it where I'm not getting any spark. So that'll be for another episode. We're going to fix the spark on Eleanor and get her fired up. The LTD is ready to go at these tires and some brake work. And I'm probably going to put a fuel cell on it. And once I get that done, that'll be an episode 2 in the future. And yeah, so, and that's our Mach 1. It's our 69 Mach right there. Dennis Collins from Coffee Walk. Of course, he's famous with Richard Rollins and Gas Monkey Garage and all those guys. We don't have, you know, some of the cars that he has. He's got a Shelby, and I think he might have sold it. He had a 69 Shelby GT350. But we do got the Machs, and you know, him and Rollins are really into these Machs. They're into them. I mean, they're out there in Texas, you know, and they're famous, you know, Richard Rollins and Gas Monkey Garage. But today we're gonna have a little fun with some of our cars, and of course, there's our 71 455 custom Skylark that we have here on our channel. And we love this car. And well, that's going to be for another episode though. Today we're not messing with that. We got our rollback here. That's our 1981 Chevrolet 1-ton rollback that we just call the rollback. We don't call it anything other than that. It's just, yeah, that's her name. It's the rollback. So yeah, we love the rollback. Truck we do have has a name. This is the white truck, which we call, this is an 85 GMC 1-ton record with a Holmes 440 boom and bed in the back of this truck. And we think it was a 9-foot catering bed that was on it. That's why we're left with this great big gap. So we're probably going to put some kind of box in there and fill that gap up. And she's got new tires on the back of it, like brand new on the front. The tires are like new on the front on this truck. And this is our main hauler around here. We use this truck for, it says I buy cars. Well, we buy cars around here. If you have something, let us know. We do buy cars here at Beamer & Son Garage. There's our 99 Toyota Corolla we just love. It was missing the hood latch. Or excuse me, the hood latch was broke. The inside release. So we did basically a copy of the show called Roadkill. Which we love these guys on Roadkill. They're on the Motor Trend channel. And you guys can pick that up for, I think it's $5 a month. If you catch it on sale, you might get it for $1 or $2 a month. It's on the Motor Trend channel, people, and we love that channel. And there's a guy named Freiberger, David Freiberger, and we saw him one of his episodes. I believe it was the Chevelle 4-door, where they drilled holes in the hood right here. And what they did was they mounted their pins in the car, and then they raised the hood up. Of course, they mounted the pins. They drilled the holes. They mounted the pins. But these are the pins right here. And then what they did was they took grease and they put grease on top of each pin right here. Put a little dab of grease there and a little dab of grease there. Then they took the hood that was up in the air like this, and they put the grease. They installed them pins like you see. I got mine there and mine there, and I did it exactly how I did it. I took grease, I put grease on top of that pin, that chrome pin. I brought the hood down. When I did, and I touched it right there, it stopped, of course, because it didn't have holes in it. I raised it back up, and then there was a grease mark. There was a grease mark here, and then over here. There was a grease mark there. So what I did was, I took a drill, and I just drilled right up from the bottom here, straight up. I just drilled right up in the grease where the grease mark was at. And of course you can see I kind of wallered it out a little bit. You see how I kind of wallered the hole out? Yeah. In both of them. Because it wasn't precise. And then once I did that, I wallered the hole a little bit here and a little bit here. And then I had the hole through the hood. And I brought the hood down just like I did there. And of course I had the provisions with the hood pin kit, where it come with the washers, which is here, and the pins, actually the clips for the pins. And then you just put your washers there, and then you pin it, and that's it. So that was a hood pin kit installed, and that's all it took. It really was easy. And that was it. There you go. But anyways, that's the 99 Toyota. We love this Toyota. We got it for free. It's our free car. We have some parts that we got with this car. I don't know if we can show them right now. Is it locked? Yeah, she's locked up. I think the door's locked there. Might be able to get in there. We do have some parts that we're on the show. There we go. And right here is 1/2 of the header we have. And there we go. Those are some shorty headers right there for a big block Chrysler 383 440 R&B motors that you can put on anything. And we got a pair of these, and they're for sale. So if you know anybody's looking for some headers, hit us up here. We got one here, and there should be another one. There's the other one right there. There's the other one. So you got one there, and you got one there. So yeah, we got those for sale here at Beamer & Son Garage. And yeah, we're going to move them. But let's get back to what we're doing here today. Besides showing all our hot rods off, this is our this is our 64 Plymouth Valiant. That's real special to me. It's got a pair of racing seats in it now. It didn't have anything in it when we bought it. This car came out of Dayton, Ohio. And we got it really cheap. And it was originally a 6-cylinder, 3 on the tree. And when we bought it, it had nothing in it. It had no interior, no engine, no transmission. And we got an engine and transmission off of eBay for $250. And so we went ahead and picked up that drivetrain. And in another episode, in the past episode, you'll see me working on it. And we just love this one. There we go. And that's that $250 engine and transmission that's all mated in there. The radiator, of course, was a separate part. My son bought that off the line again off eBay for about $100. And that's a heck of a deal for an aluminum radiator. And yeah, this would qualify for the zip tie drags, people. There's a zip tie holding the radiator in. We're not done with it. It does have a General Motors Quadrajet carburetor, and that's a 4-barrel intake. That's supposed to be something like a late 70s or early 80 model 318. But it does have a 4-barrel, and it's a factory setup as far as we know. And this engine runs good. I put a new wiring harness on it. We had a fire with this car under the hood, and it burned up some wiring that caught fire, and I replaced the wiring. So it's all got all new wiring harness right here on the firewall. See the pretty new wires? Yeah, it's all brand new. Got a brand new starter relay on the firewall, new ballast resistor, new radiator. Yeah, so this car here has come a long way. You know, it will run, it'll drive. We've got to do some more work to it, and that'll be another episode. We've got, we got where it'll move and drive. And we stopped right there. We did put a shifter in there. You can see the shifter right there. Yeah. It's one of them B&M ratchet shifters. We'd love that ratchet shifter. But we're going to go out here to our 71 Skylark, our other Skylark. This is our 4-door model. And we're going to go out to her and see what's going on with this thing today. We haven't named this car. We like to name the cars around here. We never named this one. It's our 71 4-door. We've seen this in the past episodes you've had if you watch my channel. This is the one that white smokes them on gravel. This is our white smoker. It'll white smoke the tire and the gravel. And it's got these wheels that we bought from a past episode of the Pumpkin Run that we've been to many times, and the channel's been down there with us. And those wheels and tires came from that episode of the Pumpkin Run, one of them episodes. So we don't know if she's going to run today. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with it today. Okay, we got to get the hood up. There we go. There we go. She got it up. And she's got a few little chrome parts there. Got an Edelbrock air cleaner. We got a couple wool caps on the bow cover that are chrome and the master. We bought that at the we bought that at the Brown County Car Show. The first one there was this past summer of 2019. Actually, it was spring. A little past spring, but it was pretty hot. And there's our Optimum battery. And we installed our heater control valve that doesn't work. We put that on there because the the heater core is leaking inside, so we don't want coolant flowing through it. And we installed this thing so it's going to stop the coolant from flowing, because this is not operable. It's got a vacuum line here that runs inside, and it's either it doesn't have any vacuum going to it, or the control valve is bad itself. I haven't tested it, but it doesn't operate. And we had a piece of pipe that connected here and here, so it circulated, and we got heat all the time, like the Cadillac. We just did an episode a couple videos ago where we made that thing circulate all the time, so it's got heat all the time. And we're probably going to have to take that apart and bypass that. And what you would do is you would take this one hose off here, and then take this hose and mate this hose into the heater control valve on that car, or take it and just put it from one here to this hose, made them together, so they'll just circulate and not go through the heater core. And that would be the ideal thing for the Cadillac. That way my son doesn't have heat in the summertime. He won't have any heat for a defroster in the morning if there's any dew or anything on the, on the windshield. He'll have to wait till it subsides. But let's see if we can get the 71 Skylark fired up today. That's our goal here. And we're gonna have to find the keys to it. There she are. There's the keys to that one. We didn't bring anything out to prime the carburetor. We're kind of going on a whim and hoping we can get the rut. We usually prime the carburetors on all of them. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Well, she's running a little rough today, or she's cold. Now this steering wheel we have on here is basically it's a Cheech and Chong steering wheel, is what it's known for. From one of their episodes, I think it was Up in Smoke, they had this Ford Impala, and it was Cheech had the car, and he had this cool steering wheel on. This is actually not legal for the street, because what happens is your fingers get caught, and when you're trying to steer it, so you can see it. You can see what will happen if your finger will go into the hole, and then as you steer it, your finger will break your finger. So these aren't street legal. We run it on our YouTube channel here, but we stay up the street. Even though this car is street legal, it does have an historical tag on it, so you can drive this thing holidays, parades, and also in the car, to and from car shows. And during a car show, you can also drive these historical cars on, holidays, like I said, and to and from car